welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to do a very quick tutorial on bias tape. I've been getting so many questions on how to add bias tape to your garment, and guys, it's super simple. So it's going to be a very short video. So let's get started. Okay, so here is my fabric. I just cut this skirt. I got this nice shiny ombre fabric from Joann. They have a lot of new things that are very, very nice. So if you guys have a Joann fabric store by you, I would suggest you check them out. I know a lot of the time they don't have any nice things, but they have some really amazing new fabrics. And they actually have this in black and red ombre as well. So yeah, check them out. So this is my bias tape. This is what it looks like. This is a double fold bias tape. Now there is also elastic bias tape. Now they don't sell them in Joann. You can definitely order it off of like Amazon or Etsy. So yeah, but this is a non-stretch bias tape, and this is what I'll be using to hem the sequin fabric. All right, so first things first, I'm going to start by, of course, taking the bias tape out of the plastic. Okay. And what I do is so this is what it looks like, first of all. So it comes folded like this. My mouth is on the camera. It comes folded like this. Okay, I'm having a little difficulties here, but you guys can see how it comes. It comes folded like that. So, and the next thing I do is I measure the amount that I would need for my garment. So I'm gonna measure. Let's see. And then I'm going to cut off the excess. Coolio. So that is done. Hopefully I got enough. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to open up one side of your bias tape. You're going to open it completely. So you're going to open it so this one side will look just like this. And then the next thing I'm going to do is this crease, the crease right here, I'm going to line that up with the edge of my fabric. So it will look like this. So this is lined up with the edge of my fabric. And then what you're going to do is you're going to sew right in that crease. That's going to act as your guide. You're going to sew all the way across right in the crease of the bias tape. So I'm going to do that now. Hopefully you guys can see. This one is super small. All right. And you're going to sew it with a straight stitch. stitching in the seam, and this is what it should look like. So the next thing I'm going to do is the rest of the bias tape is folded on that crease that we just sewed in. So this bottom part right here, we're going to fold it over. So we're going to fold it over that piece we just sewn. Fold it right over. And once you fold it over, it will look something like these. See how nice and clean that looks? And then when you're done with that, when you fold it over, you can pin it. You know, if you need to pin, please do pin it so it'll be secure. And then when you sew, you're going to sew as close to the bottom edge. So I'm going to sew as close to my sequin as I can without sewing on top of the sequin. Okay, so now I'm going to be sewing my bias tape down so it'll lay flat and nice and clean. Okay, so I'm going to sew as close to the edge as possible. Just trying to get my life together here. Okay, so I'm going to sew. And when you're done, it will look like this. And this is what the back looks like. Nice and clean all the way across. So there you have it, guys. Super simple. I will never steer you wrong. So I want to see everybody try to use some bias tape and tag me on my Instagram at _BQueenBoutique_, or you can find me on Facebook, Brandy Nicole. Tag me in it. Or I don't know if you can post it on YouTube, but if you can, post it down below, or leave a link where I can check it out. So yeah, test yourself. So let's try to get a little challenge in. Challenge yourself to use some bias tape. Make your finishing, your hems nice and clean. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.